Welcome to another episode of Impatient Garage. Today, the Vega gets some new heads. So, as you can see, we're doing some heads on this thing. Right now, it's got some World Sportsman II heads on it. 64cc combustion chamber, 200cc intake runner. I think it's a 210 valve on the intake or exhaust. I don't know the exact specs on them, but they're World Sportsman IIs. Iron heads, very basic. They have shaft mount rockers right now, as you're going to see later. Problem is the shaft geometry is a little bit off. So we're going to Edlebrock E210 heads, 64cc combustion chamber, 210cc intake runner, a little bit bigger valves. We're going to be putting those on, and they're also aluminum. So we're going to save that weight, probably get this car to go half a tenth faster, so 50 hundredths faster, maybe even a little bit more. So that's what we're getting into today. We're replacing that bad rocker geometry. We're going to go from shaft mount rockers to stud mount rockers on this thing. Right now it's running a 1.6 ratio rocker arm, I think all aluminum. We're going to switch back to 1.5. The biggest difference is those heads out of the box are set up for a 650 lift. This cam on the website is a Cam's Energy 6. It's got like a 651 lift. Pretty big duration and whatnot. I don't know the exact specs on the sheet over there. So might run into some cold binds. So we're going to have to check that out. Then we also might have to get some push rods. So we're going to have to measure the push rods. So we're going to have to change out a spring to a check spring, put the push rod length checker in there. Make sure we're getting that good valve geometry on there so we don't have anything, so we don't wear out our valve guides prematurely and have to, pull the heads again. So, tune in. So does my wife. They're nice heads, but right here, this one, we're actually on the borderline of failure here. See how it's far off your tip? See this one? That's the bad rocker geometry he's talking about. So that's putting a bind on both your valves as they open up. Opening those valve guides probably causes some blow by. I wonder if that side has it, because this side had a frick ton of oil on your blow-by hoses. Yeah, there's bad geometry. So, not all of them have it, but the few he was concerned about were those two specifically, he said. He said he tried 100 different ways and couldn't get it to actually do what it needed to do. Because you want it to be centered, and when it pushes down, it needs to be right in the middle of that valve stem, the top of it. So, well, those in combination, because those are designed to run with your actual intake here, you're probably going to gain 10 to 20, but you're also going to lose some weight too. So, I mean, I can handle that box with ease. Two of those weighs less than one of these. So
you're saying I want to go fast, I gotta lose some fucking weight. My fat ass.
They say per every 100 pound you can lose out of your vehicle, you'll go 10 faster.
Oh, I can't lose 100 pounds.
That's what they're saying. They're saying out of your vehicle.
I'm talking me.
You could try, but yeah, they're saying every 100 pounds would gain about a 10. So you probably gain about a 10 plus some more power, actually more flow. They say that them heads work better with the Super Victor, not the Junior. It's a little taller.
So why don't we get a Super Victor?
That's up to you. You still have time. They're in stock.
What do they cost?
$440.
Fucking wing.
What time is it? We can run the summit. But yeah, you can tell we're gonna needing to get new push rods and stuff.
So we gotta go to Summit anyway.
I got to figure out what they want. They say stock it'll be a +1 push rod, so they're 7.8 stock, so it'll be 7.9 inches long.
Wait till we know what those are. And go
Yeah, well, yeah, because I have to order though, because the only way we can check is we got to pull a valve or a spring, change it out to a check spring because it's a lot softer, and you can literally compress it by hand and then do the rotations and stuff like that at the engine.
Summit, I'll get a Victor. So that can go on a 350, right?
Yeah, yeah.
This whole top setup can go on that 350.
Yeah, it's the same block.
Right.
Yeah, all this can go on that thing, even with the weird rocker geometry. Who cares? It's gonna be a 355. Barely anything going on with it. So you can even use the same rockers and push rods. Get a little rowdier cam. Now we'll have to measure the cam, but I'm suspecting most of the time it's like a +1 is what the website said for the Edlebrock heads. They're usually about right. The other thing we got to check is I think we'll be okay is coil bind, because your cam is on the website is a 651 lift. The max of those is 650. I think we'll be okay because they usually don't measure out the same. So whatever the cam card would tell us would be the lift you have, but it's not. We don't have that, unfortunately. So I mean, yeah, I mean, I could finish taking this shit off real quick, and I think a Super Victor's only like $400. I have to look. No. Or tomorrow's. I'm sick. Something I probably should not have done. We get this first set of rockers off, but then I don't actually turn the engine over to get these rockers loose, to kind of relieve that spring pressure on them. And as you can see, I'm kind of looking at them. You saw that they came off kind of in two pieces there. So it's supposed to be one solid shaft right there. Unfortunately, I think because I left some spring pressure on them, that when I actually was taking them off and loosening up the bolts that were holding him into the girdle there, the piece actually snapped. Now the one directly next to it, to its left, in this number 6 cylinder there, those ones are actually split in half already, which is weird. Those were the only two like that, so I think I actually ended up breaking the number 4 cylinder rocker shaft, and then the number 6 was already just split. I don't know if that was done to, to make it have better geometry or whatnot, but I'm not exactly sure. But I definitely think I was the one that broke the number 4 cylinder rocker arms there. So make sure you rotate your engine over to make sure that you actually have released this valve spring pressure on that rocker, especially when you have these shaft mount rockers. Now, when you have the other ones, it's a little different story. So you can see here we're finishing taking the shaft girdles out. Then we're going to skip ahead and take out a whole one head. It's just 2 bolts. Now you can see right there, I just busted my knuckle. Oof, man, that's going to hurt. See, we keep moving on, take these header bolts out. I think these are ARP, they're just the bolts, so they're not the actual studs. So we're going to take them off. We're going to keep them with the head there. We're not going to take them actually out of the heads because we're going to probably reuse those once we investigate, make sure that they are the ARP head bolts so that they're not, you know, torque to yield basically. But we're going to finish getting this head off here today, and we're going to clean it up, cover up the engine, and we're going to basically wait for our summit order to come so we get those checker springs in. But pretty much got everything removed out of the way, got the engine rotated over, got it cleaned up a little bit here, and you know, you're going to have to tune in for the next episode to see us put the new Edlebrock E210 heads on. So thanks for joining us today. Hope to see you back.